On the spectral plane, Solange watched Kelsie and Jonathan snap back into the garden lot. Below them, black, oily water churned through the streets. A garden materialized around them, vibrant with fruits and vegetables that sparkled with an inner light. He sees the energy, Solange said to Kung, who stood beside her, his chest glowing. She sees the life force in the dead realm. Maybe she can help put the dimensions back in balance. Jordan, the winged fox spirit, appeared in a ripple of air. What do you want? Solange's dimensional twin, Clarissa asked, stepping in front of Solange. No one was talking about it, but Jordan had killed Solange's mother when he burned her father's library to the ground. He had the audacity to show up again and again as if they were still friends, as if she didn't know he had something to do with selling glimmer on the streets, like people's life force was just another cash crop for making a living. Clarissa could feel as her twin that Solange was still raw with pain over losing her family in the last world. She had avoided bringing up such a painful subject, as both of them were secretly hoping timelines could be put right, and she wouldn't have lost her parents after all. What point was there grieving a death that might not be too late to stop after it happened? This city never stops. We have to make a living, Jordan said with a wink, holding up another glowing vial of glimmer. Besides, this is going to change things for us here. Trust me. I've been following you, Kung growled. I know what you're up to, you heartless bastard. You're using that stuff yourself, aren't you? I see it in your energy. Relax, Jordan laughed. I'm not hoarding energy. I have a plan to help all of us using this power. He nodded his head toward Kelsie as Daisy's gang of ghosts appeared in the garden, their forms more substantial than Kelsie had ever seen them, their eyes bright and focused. You see? Jordan puffed out his chest. Hit me, Kung. You know you've been dying to. My glimmer is already working. It's blurring the lines of dimensions, making the dead come closer to the living again. I'm almost solid. If you mess up space dimensions, aren't you going to mess up time? Solange asked. Isn't that what got us into this mess of dimensions collapsing in the first place? Our parallel worlds colliding? Jordan shook his head and smiled, but she could see she had gotten his mind working in a new direction. They had to keep a close eye on him. She didn't doubt he would kill her if it served him, despite professing to love her. He died here, one of the young people, a top-heavy man named Max, was telling Kelsie, his voice carrying through the dimensional veil. In the crack house that burned down right here. We take care of this lot now. Jordan's playing a dangerous game, Solange thought, exchanging a worried glance with Clarissa, drawing the dead too close, too fast. What happens if they cross over to the living realm? We can't all fit into one dimension. No, Clarissa thought, but if he jumps through to the realm of the living, maybe we could piggyback like he did to us coming here. Jordan grinned. This is more like it, he said. The faster they rise, the more energy for the city's rebirth. Show me the future, Kelsie asked Jonathan. I mean the one the old gods are planning. They're up to something. Jonathan squeezed her hand. The scene shifted abruptly. Kelsie and Jonathan were back in the empty lot of the present with no ghosts. Around them, the sidewalk and the street were hot, like a fire had blown through. Sparks singed the field grass. Go home for now, Jonathan said, his tone urgent. You've got to deal with someone else right now. Sally. She gets into moods, and Marie's worried she'll try to hurt you while you travel outside your body. What am I going to do about her? She's crazy, Kelsie said. Jonathan shrugged. I'll be watching, ready to help, he said. We should go back now and protect your body. Kelsie approached her front door, her every step heavy. The silence from within was too profound. Her hand hesitated on the doorknob. Why are you behind me and not in front? Kelsie asked Jonathan, who stood several feet back. I can't be a human shield if I'm not alive, he said. Excuses. Good luck? Kelsie opened the door. It was as though the air was sucked out. For just a moment, everything paused. She stepped inside. Their grandfather clock's hands spun wildly backward. The house seemed to tilt, and she fell to her knees. Sally's face appeared, her grin an inadequate mask for the rage in her eyes. "You're home early. I thought you were at a party." "What's wrong, Sally?" Kelsie asked, standing slowly. "What do you need from me?" Sally's feet floated to the ground. She wilted. "What are you doing out partying all night? We were lonely." "Lonely?" Kelsie tried to step around her. "Is Marie here?" Sally flinched, and her form grew 3 inches taller. "I can take care of myself." Metal glinted as she drew a large kitchen knife from behind her back. From the dimension of the dead, Solange felt a spike of alarm. If anyone should do something to protect Kelsie, it probably had to be her. Jordan, however, watched with keen interest, a flicker of anticipation in his eyes. He gave Sally's spirit a subtle, energetic push, stoking the flames of her anger. Kelsie looked around for Jonathan, but he was gone, only his voice remaining in her mind. "It's your house now. You make the rules," he said. "Stake your claim on your space. You decide where this timeline goes." "Who do you think you are, coming back here and taking over my house?" Sally yelled. She threw the knife faster than a girl should be capable of. Kelsie hauled herself to the side, but the blade seemed to curve in the air, slicing toward her ear in slow motion. Suddenly, Kung was there, his form solidifying just enough to intercept the blade. It stuck in his arm with a sickening thud, and he let out a silent, pained howl before dissolving back into invisibility. Before she could ask where the fish man had disappeared to again, Sally was above Kelsie now, laughing. "You awful spirits," Kelsie shouted. "Sally, stop it this minute. This is my house. I'm the only one living here because I'm the only one who's still living." "You think so? That might be changing." Sally paused, a snake-like whistling coming from her throat. Blue-green smoke billowed from her ears as she hovered down to Kelsie's level. "I grew up here," she hissed. "This has been my house the longest. You're our guest." "I bought this house in cash," Kelsie retorted, her fear finally boiling over into fury. "How dare you throw kitchen knives at my face, you little brat? I paid your back taxes." Sally reared up, glowing blue from head to toe, burning like fireplace coals. "I'm coming for you, Kelsie," she said. "Pretty soon you'll be dead, and I'll be the living one." "Oh, no, you don't. That's not how time works," Kelsie said. "It is now, since the glimmer," Sally hissed. She lunged for Kelsie. The hiss turned into a laugh that echoed around the room. "Don't you start with me," Kelsie said, her own palms beginning to burn with a strange, furious energy. She lifted her hands, showing them to Sally. They glowed with a soft, golden fire. "I'm the living one," she reminded the ghost. "My rules." Sally's eyes grew wide. "You can't hurt me. I'm already dead," she spat. "I didn't even get to live out my full lifespan. How could you threaten me?" "Oh, I'm getting the idea of what I can do around here," Kelsie said. "Jonathan showed me I can change the future. All you ghosts can do is complain." Sally puffed out her cheeks and blew fire from her head to her toes, charring her own spectral skin. A spark fell from her dress, landing on the stairs. "You are not burning this place down," Kelsie said. She waved her hand just as she had seen Jonathan do. The clock flew into fast forward. Fire shot from her own hands, a controlled golden stream that flew across the hall and hemmed Sally in, creating a cage of flames. Sally wailed as the fire rose around her. "Not fair," she cried. "I was going to burn this place down, not you." "What is going on in here?" Marie materialized in the front hall, her matronly form filling the space. She saw Kelsie's fiery palms, and her eyes grew wide. "Kelsie, put that fire away. You don't know how dangerous it is to play with fire in this city." "Not until she promises not to try to kill me again," Kelsie shouted. "I'll burn this house down first, and then you'll all be out in the cold like the addicts next door. Then maybe I'll haunt you. I'm telling you, I've had enough of being pushed around here. You want a piece of me? I grew up in this city too, remember?" Both Marie and Sally shrank back, their feet settling on the floor. Marie's sighs deflated like a balloon. Please, Marie whispered. Don't hurt us, Kelsie. We didn't mean anything. We're family. We missed you. Flames crackled. Kelsie waved her hand back like Jonathan had, and they faded, leaving behind a singed circle of black on the floor around the spectral spirits. Kelsie took a deep, shaky breath. What do you mean, family? Marie held out her hands. It's complicated, she whispered. I should have told you sooner. I didn't know how you might react. Kelsie slumped down by the front door. Don't do that again, she said, her voice trembling. I mean it. Marie gave Sally a long, hard look, and the girl ducked out of sight, a faint bumping sound coming from under the stairs. Sorry, Mama, she said in a little girl voice. Marie hovered over Kelsie. I'm so sorry, darling, she said. Sally's young. That's why I stayed behind to watch over her. She always was a handful. We can talk about this later, Kelsie said, pushing herself to her feet. I'm sick of everyone putting their stories on me, and I still don't know what's going on. I think you're getting the hang of Lovett Street, Marie said. I will explain this to you as best as I can as we get acquainted. I need to see this city for myself. I'm getting a coffee, Kelsie announced. As if she knew exactly what she was doing, she strode over to one of the photos on the wall that was leaning at her. The Fisher Building, and pressed her palm to its glass face. The ground rumbled. Jonathan reappeared from the basement, his eyes wide, but it was too late to join her. The floors shook, and with a lurch that felt like the world being torn from its foundation, Kelsie was flying back across town, through time and space, on her own.